how it goes.
Let's get back to magic flutes.
Yes, exactly.
That's what I want to talk about.
This is a magic flute.
So, yeah. I went ahead and got the totems kind of started. And we're doing just spirit claws. We're trying to be price conscientious on both of these flutes to some degree. They're different levels of wood price. This is Lignum Vitae, is a bit more than the Doug Fir.
Significantly more, I would imagine.
Yeah, of course.
For a couple of reasons.
Yeah, this is a crazy wood. Lignum Vitae is a true wood of magic for several different reasons.
Yes.
One of them is, if you could feel this wood where it's fresh cut, it feels waxy and oily. It has so much oil content and wax content in the wood that they'll take 2 blocks, but big, long blocks, and they'll cut a V in both sides. And then in that V, they'll pin the turbine shaft on like power plants at the bottom of dams. They use them on boats. They're called bearing blocks. They build these bearing blocks out of Lignum Vitae.
Wow.
Because it's so dang oily and it's way denser than water. So it has no problem being underwater.
Yeah.
And it self-lubricates because of all that wax and oil content. So this was actually Pablo's idea, this combination. I was showing him the Lignum Vitae, and he's like, oh my gosh, that purple Camatillo with the Lignum Vitae would be so cool. But as you watch the video, you're gonna see one of the other magic aspects of Lignum Vitae, and it is this. Well, I'll put it this way. So my son Tanner, when he was about 7 years old, he wanted a sword. I used to make swords, wood swords for my kids out of cocobolo and ebonies and ridiculous things. And we'd go out and fight with them. And Tanner and I broke swords together, like coming at each other.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. In fact, the sword I'm talking about right now broke in battle.
Wow.
Yeah, it's fun. And anyways, he said to me, he says, Dad, I want a green sword. I was like, awesome. I got the wood for you. Lignum Vitae. It'll work great.
Yeah.
And so I made him the sword. And when it was done, I handed it to him right after I finished. I was all excited. I handed it to him and he said, Dad, that's not green, it's yellow.
Yeah.
And so this material, right?
He was right.
And he was right, because this material, this is what it looks like when it's fresh cut and when it's fresh sanded. Wow. It's not green at all.
Yeah.
Even a little bit. I mean, you can see the green comes in from the edge. It's got to be oxidation, even though I've tried some tests where I put high concentration of oxygen in a bag with some Lignum Vitae, and it really didn't darken any faster. But it has to be oxidation just because of the way it comes in. I guess it could be UV as well that causes the change. But
well, Brent, at the same time, it's not like these blanks are getting a bunch of UV in the wall.
No.
In the wall. So
No, and they're stacked on top of each other and they're colored on all sides. I sanded this piece of wood once to show somebody else how yellow it was.
Yeah.
And that was from this, and that was probably a year ago.
Yeah.
So this flute's gonna go green in the next week or so. We'll see that in the video, but it's not gonna get to the total depth of color for probably a couple of years.
Yes, that's correct.
One of my really good friends who's no longer with us, he bought a Lignum Vitae flute from me at Flute Quest. I think it was 2011 or 2010, something like that. And he and his wife came to visit us in probably 2015. And I'm telling you, when he pulled that flute out, it was like this. It was these super dark greens, and then the yellows are still there, but they're just, you have so much of this other color.
Yeah.
When I saw it, I thought, oh my gosh, that flute is freaking gorgeous. And you know, green is one of those colors that some people like it and some people don't. But to me, I just think this is phenomenal. Yeah. And when we get the purple and the yellow in there with it, it's just going to be amazing.
Now, I'm trying not to say something, but I purposely avoided Camatillo and Yellow Cedar Burl together.
Because of the bleeding.
Yes.
I didn't think about that. I think it's going to be a nightmare. You know, maybe we should use a York gum burl.
It's denser. I think any light colored burl would look awesome with this, pretty much.
Yeah, I'm worried about the yellow. In fact, we can test that right now, right here. There you go, there's your answer.
Yeah, right away. Huh?
Right away. Okay, so it's not gonna be yellow cedar burl. It'll be something else. It's gonna be awesome. You're gonna love it.
Okay.